Okay, so today we'll talk about supplier level, how to make a minimax planning at supplier level. Okay, so for that, so what and all pre-setups which we needed is pre-setups needed for supplier level. Okay, so create an item. It is same similar like what we have seen for sub inventory, right? So then see this minimax planning, minimax attributes, either you can make at item level or at sub inventory level, but the source we have to select as supplier. So if you make at item level and the source selected as supplier, that also will work. And last restriction, so very last restriction for item is the sub inventory level. So specific sub inventory, we are going to receive the material from the supplier. Then you select which inventory, which sub inventory you wanted to receive it. So in that sub inventory, you have to add your item and then you have to pass the parameters, all the attributes required for Minimax, and then later select the source as a supplier. Okay, so this is the one. Third one is run the print Minimax planning. Minimax planning report. And fourth, one more ESA job is called as process. Something is there that process supply chain orchestration. Process supply chain orchestration. So what it will do is whatever demand. So demand, whatever demand will come from where? Come from the system. So what is the supply? So that supply orchestration process is the what you call some kind. It is the orchestration
Like an
process.
interface, I guess, right? No, it's an
It is
interface.
interface. It is interface, and it will show from which supplier we are going to get the material. And before no, it will what you call create the requisition first. So once we run the print Minimax planning, and after once we run the process supply chain orchestration, if all the configurations has been properly configured for procurement point of view, then the system will generate the document number for purchase requisition. Okay, so you have to take that purchase requisition document and then you have to process. You have right already, we have a process requisitions. From the process requisitions, once you process, you have to pass from which supplier we are going to buy the material. Okay, so once we process your PR to PO, so fifth one is process. So system create purchase requisition with approved or incomplete, whatever incomplete state. Then sixth one is process requisitions. We have to convert PR to PO. Then receive the material to inventory. Okay, so these are the 7 steps you have to follow. So this is for supplier level. If it is, if the source is organization level, then what will happen is, so let me copy this.
Now the PO may be like any document, right? Standard or
No, standard only. It is not any standard PO.
okay.
Okay. Source type is org. Then even source type you can select as or get a sub inventory level, or in the item specifications planning is the one of the attribute, one of the specification, right? So there you have to select minimax planning and pass the parameters, and source you have to select as a organization. So after that we have to run the print minimax and process supply chain. So what system will do? System will create an internal transfer order. Okay, so from this system will allow to ship the material from source inventory or okay. So manage shipment lines, you go there and then you have to ship the material. After that we have to receive that material through receive expected shipments into the receiving organization. Okay, so shipment will happen once we generate the transfer order. From the transfer order, system will allow to make a shipment, and then once shipment is done, then using receiving expected shipments, we will receive the material into the destination organization. So this is the way it will work if Minimax planning. The source type is organization. The source type is supplier. So system generate the PR and then convert into PO and then receive directly the quantity, the goods into the inventory organization. But if source type is this one, shipping and receiving, both the things will happen. Okay, and sub inventory we have already seen. So movement request will generate. Sub inventory will generate movement request, but if the source type is organization, system will generate the transfer order document. Okay.
If it's a supplier, it will generate the purchase request later on.
Yes, it will generate a purchase request. Okay. So mostly widely used source type is this the one. So we can see a lot of organizations will follow because they have the shortage. They know they have the material inventory, one of the inventory. So instead of going and buying from another supplier, so they will transfer from internally from one organization to another organization, either inter organization or intra. Both the things will do. Means if your organizations belongs to same BU, that is intra. If organizations not belongs to same BU, that is the inter organization. So for inter organization transfer, that is the concept will come into the what you call order management side. But here most of the time the BUs which has to be belongs to under the same business unit, the organizations, whatever inventory organizations which you have. Okay, so now we'll see so how to make the supplier level, and if time permits we'll see today, or Saturday we'll dedicate more time.
Okay.
Okay, because I know my mind is thinking about this, all those things, formalities, why it has been delaying for me. Okay,
And Rama, this transfer order can be done across the business units, right?
across the business units, no, within one BU you should have a two organizations. See, there are two options here: intra organization transfer and across the BU. Across the BU means, see, your inventory organization of A is belongs to BU A, and destination organization B belongs to some other BU. If you want to do these transactions, we have to set up another setup called as inter inter organization financial organization. We have to set up. Okay, so otherwise it won't work. But we are using only within one BU, within the BU. Got my point?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. Okay. Now we'll see how to do this. So go to application. So I think other people's, they feel like it has already done. That is the reason they're not joining at all. Okay, anyhow, that's fine. So create item. So SR01 supplier Minimax max cycle production. So it is each. Go to specifications. So here in the purchasing, the mandatory thing is the purchase price. If it is not there, system will throw an error. This is mandatory. Okay, and purchasing, purchasable, everything will be mandatory. See here also you can make it out in the planning. If you go, you can select Minimax planning. See, you are earlier you were asking, right, inventory planning methods, Minimax, reorder point, supplier manager. But these two are not working because we are not seeing any implementation with these concepts. Okay, so we are widely used by planning method in the cloud is Minimax planning.
So if they ask for the what are the like replenishment types means we need to answer these things now.
Yes,
Max planning
reorder
and after.
point and supplier manager.
Okay.
So if you go Minimax planning, okay, here replenishment type is there, organization sub inventory. If it is supplier, you have to select as a supplier and then you have to pass these things. See, this is the item, sorry, what you call item level, means organization level it will be applicable. But if you go to sub inventories, for specific sub inventory, if you want to restrict, then you can, where you can, what you call, uh, you can define same kind of parameters into the sub inventory level. See, for if I define here, what will happen? This particular setup will be common across all the sub inventories. Okay, but we have a requirement saying that so these parameters I have to restrict only for specific sub inventory, because when I get a material from the supplier, I'll receive only specific sub inventory, not for other sub inventories. Then if you have a requirement, you have to go and same kind of setup you have to do in the sub inventory level. That is the only difference.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm doing there only. So these also will work. We don't have any issues. Okay. Now go to associations. Click on plus. I'm having SR01 inventory org. LinkedIn. Okay. Save. Save and close. Now after that, go to sub inventories. Setup and maintenance. So, take any sub inventory. So I'm taking okay. Any sub inventory, not a problem. But I'm taking first one. Why it is disabled here? Oh, this is a receiving. Okay, it will work only for storage. Okay, go to storage. Okay, manage item sub inventories. Click on plus. Minimax. Okay, and planning method, this one. So 10, 100, so 10, there is also 10, so 50. So here type you have to select as a supplier. That's all. Now save and close. Click on done. Click on done. Now go to Minimax planning report. Go to tools, schedule process. So here I have to run print Minimax planning. So if any setups which is not accurate procurement point of view, means common procurement BU, requisition BU, whatever it is required. Okay, if those things are not proper, DAB, transaction account builder, everything, so system will throw an error once you run process supply chain orchestration.
Okay.
Now we'll run print min max. Select your organization, inventory one, sort by inventory item, sub inventory. So only sub inventory SR01 storage. Okay, and restocking you have to select as is, then only it will interface, otherwise it will give a report. That's all. Okay, now submit. Remaining on all optional. So restocking is always it has to be yes, then only it will interface the data, or else it will simply generate a report. It won't interface any data to other systems. It has run, succeeded. So just verify if you want. So here you have to select a batch number. Not mandatory, but that is mandatory in the supply chain orchestration. So go here, PDF. If you want, you can download. So here, if we see what is mine, this is the mine, correct? Yes, sir, supply. So how much required? Because all are zero, supply quantity, demand count, available, everything is zero. That is the reason it will require the maximum of 100. Okay. Now this is the batch number is required in the supply orchestration process. Now after running this program, close it. Is it correct? Okay. Now schedule no process. So process supply chain orchestration. Okay. Oh, still it is not schedule. Just taking the same thing. Schedule new process. Tap out. Otherwise, search and select. So it is just interfacing between demand or supply. And request one is inventory. And if you want, you can pass your inventory organization name or otherwise batch number. If you are not passing batch number, what will happen? System will run all the batches. That's all. I mean, that is like, why we need to run for all. You want to restrict that, you can pass your batch number. Then submit. So this is the process ID. So go here, put it control X. We need to open a lot more. So this is ready, succeeded. Okay. Now after that, go to supply chain execution. So supplier orchestration. So for this, we have a job role, supplier administrator, some 2 to 3 job roles are there. So once you have the job roles, then you can do this one. Okay. So my item is what? This is the one, correct? Now here it will show in the dashboard. So this is my item. So we have any errors? Nothing, 0. Then it went process. It has successfully processed. You go to manage supply lines, pass your batch ID, yeah, about, click on search. See, now this orchestration will show. So if you click on this, so what is the PR, purchase equation document created by the system?
Why here 2 lines has come from?
Because like we have a 100 quantity, right? So what is the, see, 100 is the expected quantity, correct? So that 100 we can, because minimum order quantity, maximum order quantity is there.
So okay, it has created, I guess, 2 suggestions, I guess, 50,
Two
right?
suggestions. Yes. One is 50-50 or 60-50 like that. Okay. So now execution by make, nothing is created, man. So it has to come here. Showing as completed. Maybe it will take time or what? It is there. Okay. So purchase order device. If you go to buy, see, this is the document, purchase equation. This is the document created. So if you go to there, click on done. Now go to purchase equation area. Purchase equations. See, this is the one. Am I right? Or if you don't know, then manage equations. pass your requisition number. This is the one, right? 11032 USA
Okay.
is there already here. 11032 USA. Open this. So now we have a two lines. So 50-50. That is what minimum maximum, that based on that it will suggest two lines. Okay. So both are having account. Now go to edit and then submit. Warning. Okay, that is fine. Current to be different. Why?
Surgery on business is correct, I guess.
It is both.
Questioning view.
It is a warning. It is not error. Surgery one. These things are hooded here. Okay, save it and then approve it.
Even though it
Come.
will go to reject, right, Ramu, the equations was not working in this instance, I guess, right?
We don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
And from there, right? Just PR. Once you approve the PR, convert into PO through process equations, and then receive the material. This is the problem. Peoples are changing like anything, man. Very bad. Earlier it was working, but after few days again things went. Starting time when I'm giving the demo, it was working about PRs.
Okay. Okay.
But somebody has done some kind of things. Will reject. Okay, so after this one, just I'll show the steps because I cannot proceed further here. Go to purchase orders. So once it has been approved, okay, then process requisitions. So here, once you go there, so we can.
So with the requisition number, we're going to process the P.
Yeah,
Process to
yeah.
PO.
It will come here. Add to document builder and create the PO. So after PO, you receive the material into your location. So this is the way to get the material from the supplier. So once you've done everything, then if you go to manage supply lines, so here everything will be updated. Acquisition plan will be closed. Like all those things will come here. Okay. So it is showing only one, right? It will show entire things. What is
Okay.
the PO, everything and all. So that way we can do Minimax planning using source as a supplier.
Okay.
Okay. This very bad, this PR approval here. And Saturday I will take, okay, that
Yeah,
whatever
Ramu. Okay.
remaining, and physical inventory only small things. See, we have a cycle count and physical count. So cycle count I have not tried, but physical count I tried. So that is just half an hour, and this one like half an hour max.
Okay.
1.5 hour will complete. Okay. Okay. So remaining you just share to me, Manju.
Yeah, Ramu. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, please do it
Yeah,
as
yeah.
early as possible.
Sure, sure. Yeah, Ramu. Okay.
Okay then. Chalo, bye. Good night.
Yeah.